Okay, welcome to Slice of Disney, an awesome Disney theme park YouTube channel
And podcast.
and podcast and everything else. You're going to now be able to find us at sliceofdisney.com, where you can listen to the episodes there, or it can bring you to where you like to listen to your podcasts. You can have a little, our Patreon page is there. So if you want to support us, then you can.
Yeah, and we'll have all of our contact information on there too. And like we've alluded to a number of times, we take a lot of we take a lot of consideration about what listeners are asking to hear about. So feel free to reach out to us and let us know what you're liking, and we'll try to get some more of that kind of content to you.
Yes. Another thing, which is a little bit of a spoiler alert, but there's also going to be our bios so that you know a little bit about us. Well, when we decided to do this, I was writing my bio and I called Will and I was like, Will, I'm so frustrated. Like I hate doing this for like my acting stuff too. But that one I have like that's kind of like one that I wrote and I'll just like fill in if when I work on new projects, but like I don't really mess with it because it's so awkward to write a bio about yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have some experience with it, with a slew of online dating profiles that I've had over the years. But it is still awkward to do it, and that's kind of sometimes what it feels like. It's like Will is so and so to do do, and no one likes to really put themselves into 280 characters. So
Is
yeah,
it true that every girl on Hinge or whatever puts that they love Woody Allen?
no, I don't think I've seen very many at all that have done that.
Really?
Yeah,
I have another male friend who's interested in women and said like every girl says she's like loves Woody Allen.
I seriously don't think I've ever run into one. I mean, there's the classic picture of them with a sedated tiger from their trip somewhere else, or at
I've
Machu
heard this.
Picchu, or that kind of stuff. But and I mean, I'm sure there's the same for the guy's side. I don't see them. So
That's so funny. I just had to ask.
no, it's fair. It's a good question, but that sets us up to you felt like it was tough to write a bio about yourself, and
Yes.
obviously I have plenty of experience writing about myself, but it might be fun if we
If
wrote about each other.
Yeah, so I wrote Will's bio and Will wrote mine, and I have not heard it. He has not heard mine. We thought it would be fun for this week's episode to read it to each other.
Yeah, and I think mine is great.
Well, I think mine is great.
We'll see. We'll let the listeners decide.
Okay, deal. Before we get to that, let's talk about things that happened this week. We did a COVID episode, so make sure that you check it out. It's hard. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but it was hard. We interviewed cast members and people who have been to the parks. Um, and it's hearing like the cast members and how much they love Disney and how they take their job very seriously. That's not just a job.
Yeah, no, I mean that definitely was the reflection that I think it's a reflection that we've had over a lot of the
Oh
people that
yeah.
we've talked to, not just with this specific episode, but anytime we talk to someone that works for the company or other fans, it's like it's clear that it is less about the individual IPs that you might see at the parks and much more about the people that are also really enthusiastic about them. It's really it's the people that make the place special, and that's what we heard too from like cast members who are still working at the parks during the pandemic and things like that, which is like they're still going out of their way to understand that the experience that you're going to be getting is a limited one and it's not the full version of Disney, but they can still do their part to make it to be a great
Right.
experience for you. And so again, what we talk more about it on the episode, but it was really interesting and enlightening, yeah, enlightening to talk to these different people that work there.
Well, at the end, like we kind of talked about if we would go and stuff, and I was like, this is really hard for me to answer. Well, I have not stopped thinking about it. Like
I
I really want to go. Like
know you
I
do.
even looked into going. I don't know. I'm like, we're so close. I should just wait, but I'm also like, oh, it sounds so nice. Like, what if I
Yeah,
just went and rode Haunted Mansion and then left?
that would be a choice. I think you might regret it. I feel like you would want to do more than that. And
I
I feel
would
like if you're already there, then
I would be okay with not doing very much though. I would be okay with just like walking around. It's definitely about your comfort level. And if you guys have been, let us know because
Mhm.
we are still very interested. And I think this is something I just like hearing about.
Yeah, because the situation is always changing, right? So hearing updates as they're thinking about opening Disneyland versus Disney World, and as regulations come into place, and as restrictions are lightened and things like that, and more people are going back. That was the thing that we heard a
Right.
lot too. It's like not as many people were going pre-holidays, but now everyone's feeling a little bit more comfortable. It's getting a little bit more crowded. So
More crowd,
yeah,
more clam chowder.
more clam chowder, more crowder.
I Another thing that's making me think I should just wait is if you saw this week they've released that they're proposing a bill in California to try and get Disneyland to open sooner.
Did not see that. What's
What's the
the
bill
idea
itself?
there? Yeah.
I don't know. It goes with a new, like, it would be under a different tier. It would suggest that all of the theme parks can open not under whatever tier they're supposed to open in now, that they could open sooner. I
Interesting.
feel like is if they restrict the amount of people for real, like for real, I think they can do it and I will be there. Except for I'll be frustrated because I won't have an annual pass. So they're going to be like, "Here, spend all of your money to come in for one day."
Yeah, that is what they're going to be like. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'll have to do a little bit more reading into it and give you Will's thoughts on the next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more on our next episode.
Hmm.
Any other things that we should talk about? I'm on a swirly chair if you can't tell. I need to sit still.
We should talk about that. Uh, no, nothing else that I can think of. I thought I saw something about the annual pass program, where they were going to be announcing new details for the new system, or whatever it's going to be.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
There's
I
an
mean,
announcement that
it's
there's
pretty
going.
obvious that they're not planning on actually getting rid of that program. They are just trying to
They're
reimagine it and
figuring it
rework
out.
it. Yeah.
I'll give them all my monies. I already do. Actually, I'm not wearing something Disney today. I had on like a shirt with a big jacket, but then it was too puffy to move, and because
Mm.
it's snowing here right now in Georgia.
It it just snowed. It was snowing a little bit here too,
Really?
in Kentucky. So yeah, yeah,
It's like we're in the same place.
kind of. Fortunately, not that close. Anyways, so
Should we do it?
let's do the bios.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first? Or should we
Um,
rock paper scissors for it?
let's try it. It might be
Okay.
funny.
We're on Zoom, so we'll
Okay.
see. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Rock,
Rock, paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
shoot.
shoot.
All
Haha.
right. You won, but I blame the Zoom. So
Okay,
does that
so
mean you go first, or are you deferring to the second half?
oh no, I don't. I'll let you go first.
Great. I lost, but I still won. Um,
I'm nervous.
all right. It's you shouldn't be. It's pretty straightforward bio. Um, Kelly Washington is an actress, writer, podcast host, and all-around weirdo theater kid. Known for her role as I can't even read right. Known for her role of Minnie Leslie Knope from Parks and Recreation, Jurassic World, and more, the only thing she's been obsessed with longer than acting has been Disney. A self-described real-life Tinkerbell, whatever that means, when she's not rewatching Disney musicals, she's making her way to the theme parks. Her favorite ride? The Haunted Mansion. Her favorite Disney food? Anything made without corn. Her favorite person to annoy with trivia about Disney? The author of this bio and co-host of Slice of Disney, Will Lentz.
Wow, that was so good.
Yeah, right. I nailed it.
That is really good. I love that.
I'm looking forward to hearing what you got for me.
Okay, ready? Yours is a little less about Disney.
Okay, great. That's as it should be.
Okay.
I mean, it would be actually pretty funny if it was just like uh, 10 sentences about how mildly enthusiastic I am about Disney, but
Will
we have
Will
40
thinks
podcasts for that. So
Will thinks it's okay to go sometimes. Here are some of the dates at which he's gone. He frequents these rides, and sometimes he's brave enough to ride Guardians, but only when his stomach isn't too full.
yeah, nailed it.
That I know that could have been your bio.
You
Okay,
should have
ready?
rewritten. We should rewrite it. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Will Lentz's hair is red. I want to be able to see your face when I have to scoot you over. Okay. Uh, William Sladen Lentz, aka Will Lentz, casual Disney goer, is from Paducah, Kentucky, and currently is residing in Los Angeles, California. Will has worked in marketing and sales, but has always been creative, for KSR, Kentucky Sports Radio, and continuing his creative ventures in Los Angeles, Will has performed in improv comedy and continued to write. Finding his voice and the love of storytelling, podcasting has definitely a wonderful has definitely been you're catching me. I can't even write your bio.
Looks like I will be reading my own bio to you next episode.
I might regret saying to do this. Okay. Finding his voice and love of storytelling, podcasting has definitely been a wonderful creative adventure for him. Will has freelance produced podcasts for multiple companies while working hard producing and hosting many of his own. Ready, Set, Fail, Finding My Yum, Deep Buzzcast, Slice of Disney. Having dreams of bringing the podcast community together and highlighting the wonderful indie podcasts that might get lost in the mix, Will is a heart of gold and always loves to help others, though he may not admit it. However, Will admit he's an avid Survivor fan and dreams of being on the show one day. He also loves sports and plays a lot of pickleball. So if you're down to talk about college basketball and play a little pickleball, Will is your new best friend.
Well, I don't want to commit to the new best friend part because that the way that you position me there, everyone's going to want to be my new best friend. So I thought that was good, and
Yay!
it was well done.
Oh, that was fun. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed it too, feel free to check it out on sliceofdisney.com, where our bios will be living with my minor edits.
With some minor edits, some minor additional words to make sentences make sense.
Yeah. Always great too. Always great too.
That was fun. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, me too. As always, if you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel that we can get all the latest updates.
No, you have to smash that button.
Smash that subscribe button so you can get all of our latest updates. But also definitely check out the podcast where we have a lot of really in-depth research that goes into a lot of different aspects of the parks. And a lot of, we've been having more guests come on too, which has been a lot of fun too. So feel free to reach out to us, let us know who you'd like to see more of, and you can do that on social media at Slice of Disney on Facebook and Instagram, or Slice_of_Disney on Twitter.
Or you can reach out to us via email at sliceofdisneypod@gmail.com.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you for coming. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.